Standing by with Missouri head basketball coach Frank Haith in town in Kansas City, meeting some good folks, having some fun up here. It's football season is on the way, but basketball season is not too far behind it. You guys are getting excited about another year in the SEC. What are things going like for Missouri basketball right now?
Well, we started right away. You know, you're absolutely right. We now even starting earlier than before. We got 42 days prior to our first contest, and we're doing some individual work with our guys. September 15th, we start team workouts. But I like our team. I like where we're at, and I think we have a chance to have a pretty good ball club.
You're not unfamiliar with having new faces. You had that every year at Mizzou. It's going to be the same thing this year. You got some guys who are staying around, but you've also got some new guys coming in. What can people expect out of your team as far as guys they don't know much about at this point?
Well, we do. We only have two seniors, and this is the first year where we've got some guys returning. You know, last year Phil Presley was the only player returning from the year before. So we do have some Tony Criswell, Stefan Jankovic, Ryan Rosberg, Jabari Brown, Ernest Ross. So we've got a good nucleus of guys that played last year. You throw in Jordan Clarkson, some of our freshmen, Jonathan Williams III. We've got good talent I'm excited about. So it is a team that I think that has good balance and good versatility.
Now, you'll be in the second year in the SEC, but before that, you've got a game here in Kansas City. You're playing Hawaii. I know you guys love to come back to Kansas City and play at Sprint Center.
Todd, we want to be able to do this yearly, and this is the first step towards doing that. Hawaii is a team that worked well in our schedule because of its open football weekend, but also Hawaii is a team that took Illinois to overtime last year, and we played Illinois in a bragging rights game. They were a top 10 team, so we understand it's a challenging game for us, and maybe our folks will see that this is a good ball club we're going to play here.
What are your thoughts about the SEC going back through it again? You'll go to some new places. You get to go everywhere last year. You'll see some familiar faces, but you'll see some new stuff as well because of the way the schedule, new venues at least where you get to go. What are your thoughts, it's early, about what the SEC and what it'll be like compared to maybe last year?
Well, first of all, I think what Kentucky will look like will be unbelievable.
Yeah.
I think what John has done there recruiting-wise, they could be number one in the country preseason. Florida's a top 10 team. I think Tennessee and LSU both returned everybody back. They both won 20 games last year. So I think you'll see a very different league in terms of last year was a transition. There was a lot of NBA prospects in our league last year, so we had a lot of newness. But I think this year you see the league being more stability in terms of a lot of returning players.
One more on the SEC before we wrap it up. There was the new rule. It wasn't like a rule. It was a guideline. Hey, check your non-con schedule out with the league office, because there was some thought that the SEC kind of got bumped out of a few spots in the tournament because of RPI and all those little different minutiae that go into that thing. You guys weren't affected by that because your non-conference schedule was good and you took care of business. Is that something the league, it's a good thing for the league that everyone should maybe check that stuff and make sure that everyone's doing the right thing as far as what the committee's looking for?
I think so, Todd, because what happens is when you get into league play, their RPI, what they did non-league, affects you. So we as a whole were affected, and once we got into league play, by teams not taking care of business in the non-conference. So I'm proud of what we've done, in terms of the scheduling. I think look at our schedule this year. UCLA, coming to Mizzou, West Virginia, playing Illinois, even Hawaii and Long Beach State are teams that could win their leagues. So we play at NC State. Mm-hmm. So I think you got to have a good balance what you do in non-conference.
And West Virginia's in that Big 12 SEC challenge. No Kansas? They didn't ask you? You guys want to play this game? When's that going to happen? Come on.
In time. I think it will happen. I think everything, like anything, it just takes time. I was with Bill this summer, and we had we were talking about the game. Both of us, the two games we played my first year.
You missed it.
It was unbelievable. We talked about how great environments both buildings were, and I think it'll happen in time. And but obviously, I don't know if it's going to happen in the near future right now, but I do think in time.
Sometime. Hopefully it will. We all want to see that game. Thanks for stopping by and having some time with us here. Missouri Tigers basketball coach Frank Haith here in Kansas City on WHB.